Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm just gonna do a little quick beat with a little flare of color. Enjoy! So first, I like to start it with my LA Girl Pro Primer. I fill it in all over my face and just use that as a base before I put any product on my face. Then I use my mirror and go ahead and take a NYC eyeliner pencil and just use that to fill in my brows. I follow my natural shape and I just use it to darken my brows a bit. It usually does the trick for me. I go ahead and take a flat brush and use my e.l.f. all over stick. It's a concealer. I go under my brow and just line up my eyebrows so that it looks nice and neat and the shape is held into place. I take the concealer and spread it out so that it's in the surrounding areas. I go ahead over to my other brow and do the same thing. I like to always start at the bottom because that's really where the angle and the arch of the brow is. It sets the tone for how high or how low you want your brow to be. I go ahead and blend that concealer out all over my areas where I would like a little bit of a lighter look. I go ahead back in with my pencil and just refill in spots that got blurred away by the concealer. Next, I take this LA Girl Pro foundation. It's a HD Pro, so it's supposed to be really good. I like it. It's affordable, so it does the trick. I use that to cover the concealer I put under my eyebrows and above my eyebrows. This shade is a little lighter than I like, but it is the one they have for my complexion, so it works well enough. I go ahead and take that on a blending brush, add that on a blending brush, and just blend that foundation all over my face. I like to pin my hair up so that no makeup gets on my hair. I blend it out all over, I hit all my corners, and make sure no concealer is still really visible. This is just the first layer of foundation, so this is really what matters. You want to get it nice and neat and spread all over your face. And next I go in with my True Match Powder Foundation and set my liquid foundation. Then I take the LA Girl Pro foundation in a darker shade and use that as a contour cream. It's light for me and it's summer, so I don't really want a heavy contour cream on my face, so this foundation works just as well. It's darker than my normal foundation, so it does the trick for me. I hit all my contour angles, all the areas that I want to be a little more defined, and then I go ahead and with my Graftobian eyebrow powder, and I use this as a contour powder just to set my liquid contour. Next I go in with an e.l.f. brand concealer and I hit all the spots that I want to be highlighted. My forehead, my nose, above my lip, my chin, and just below my darker contour. Going below the darker contour, actually, usually it defines the dark contour. As you can see, it's bringing out that dark contour I put on my cheeks. I go ahead and blend that out. Then I just thoroughly blend it out so that it's not a mess. It really actually looks so neat. I go in again with my all over stick and just add a little bit more of that under my eyes because I like a heavy concealer under my eyes. I like that light look. Then I just take a little bit of this orangey red tone powder that I have. I got it from Ulta, and I just use that to highlight a couple spots that are a little darker on my face that I don't want to be dark. I almost started blending my foundation without setting my concealer, so I go back in with a little bit of a Santee, I believe this is Santee HD powder, and I just hit all my concealed spots and set them, give it a little time. In the meantime, I put the glue on my eyelashes because that's going to be next. I just unwrap them. Then I go ahead and with my foundation, my powder foundation, and just blend everything out really, really well. This is the key part to making your makeup look like one unit as opposed to a bunch of different products on your face. The setting powder I use, I don't really like it because it's like so heavy and it's really kind of like annoying to blend out, but it's all I have right now, so that's the one I'm using. Then I go back in with my concealer and just touch it up again so that I'm still highlighted under my eyes. I'm loving the way it's blending out. Then I take my Juvia palette and my Revolution palette. Those are the two palettes I'll be working with. I go in my eye, in the corner of my eyes, with the dark brown from the Revolution palette. I love dark browns because they're really good. Sometimes they're not dark enough, so I go in with a little bit of a black just to make it a little darker. They do so much to define the corners of the eyes. Then I go in with my e.l.f. concealer to give myself a sort of a cut crease in the front of my eye, in the front of my eyelid. And wow, just look at how much that stands out up against that brown black combination I did at the corners. I could have just stayed like this and set that concealer and left it at that, but I wanted to do something a little different, so I just went in with another color to kind of blend the brown and the cream together. I go back in with that brown just to bring it out some more. Then I go in with a tannish color to blend out the edges and also blend out the lighter color that I put on my lid. It's slowly forming. Then I go in with a nice tan color from that Juvia's palette and I just work it into the dark and the light portions of my lids just to make it all one even unit of color. I go back in and hit that brown. I'm constantly touching up on the brown in my eyes because I really want that part to pop because I'm using a dark color. I go in with a dark purple from the Revolution palette. There's no pigment or glitter in it. It's just neutral purple that I put on my lids to bring out the purple that I'm going to use from the Juvia's palette. I use the purple from the Juvia's palette, which is very pigmented purpley and sparkly, and I just add that on top right before the lighter color. And just to make it pop a little more, I go back in with my concealer to reapply that cut crease that I set up on the lid beforehand. You know, it's not always going to come out perfect. Sometimes it's hard to achieve the same amount of concealer and evenness on both sides, but as long as they look similar enough, you know, it's good enough. I mean, at least for me. I go in and set that light color and I blend it into the purple a little bit more. The key to this is all blending everything out and smoothing everything out. Next thing I do is I take my NYC eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, and I just use that to create a wing on my lid. I do a little bit of a dramatic lid, a dramatic wing. I like the way it looks with the color combinations I did. So as you can see, I'm going into the other eyelid and doing the same thing. The same thing goes for the wings. They're not always going to be the same. Just getting them to look as similar as possible is the key. Then I hit the corner of my lids with a nice golden light pigmented color to make my eyes pop. I clean up the extra eyeshadow with a concealer brush. Then I go into my bottom lids with the eyeliner pencil from NYC and just darken them. Then I go in with the glitter liquid liner and apply it on top of the black liquid eyeliner I applied already. This usually creates a really nice look that makes people want to stare at your eyes all day. Then I went a little extra and added some little, you know, some gypsy dots on the corner of my eyes. Next, I take my lashes and I put some glue on them and get them ready. I let them get tacky. Then I take my mirror and put them on. Sometimes this could be a little annoying just because they don't always stick the first time, but you just have to wiggle them into place and they usually settle in. Sometimes, as you can see, you have to play with them a little bit. Then I go in with my bottom lashes and apply some mascara just to make them pop. Then I go ahead and continue to play with the top lashes a little bit. And I clean some makeup off of my nose ring. And as you can see, one of the brows wasn't fully ready to get mascara on them yet. One of the lashes wasn't ready to get mascara on them yet. I go in with the blush from that e.l.f. cream palette. It's like a plum color. I really like it. Apply it on my cheeks. Blend it out with some foundation. Then I hit my cheeks with the highlight. I'm not too crazy about highlighter, but I do like some for sunny days. It blends things out and it also makes you look like you're glowing. I had a little extra dot of concealer and I blend it out. And then this is the finished look. After, you know, I play with my hair a little bit. You guys know me. Alright, I hope you guys loved this tutorial. If you did, like, subscribe, and share. Thanks, guys.